can begin to know how I need to move to achieve it, you know? Tugenda kutambula anyhow and think you're going to reach, you know, the destination. Google Maps has told you go right. You think you're going left or babichi. No, you need to know exactly where you're headed and how to get there. Hi guys, welcome back to Can We Talk? Hey, for a minute. Hey, it's your girl Belinda, also known as Muna Kampala, and I'm the host of the Can We Talk podcast, and I'm excited to be back with a new video. It's been a minute. Life has really been lifing, but we're back. As I always say, start up season 2. And speaking of season 2, I'm excited to let you guys know that we are working on a few changes at Can We Talk Podcast. And that's why I'm here to talk about changes today and transitions. So as you can see, everything is changed. So in an old video that I will tag and you can go watch, that was the Get to Know the Host, Get to Know Me. Someone asked me about my favorite traditions for changes and Zungu. And traditions, I'll just say changes, like how I deal with changes. And that's changes in relation to maybe location, changes in your life, like moving from maybe 20s to 30s, changes in terms of moving from maybe being in a relationship to being single. Everything is change. Like change is the one thing that's constant in life. So especially with everything going on at the Can We Talk podcast, you guys have to really watch out for season 2. It's going to be fire. I'm really excited for it. I wanted to come and give a few tips, 3 tips on how I deal with change. So the first tip is acceptance. I always say this, but like it actually means like sit down and be like, okay, this needs to change or this has changed, you know? For me, with the podcast, for example, I've been rolling out so many things ever since the podcast started a year back. I was like, ooh, I wanted to have a written part. I'm like, put a blog, you know? YouTube, put a YouTube up and everything. And I didn't take time to first stop and realize that the podcast had changed. So that's the acceptance I'm talking about. And when you get into that acceptance, it makes you first pause, stop and reflect, which is why, by the way, we will be going on break for the whole of December. But moving on from that, the second tip is visualization. So once you've accepted, the next thing I do is I like to not just set goals, because setting goals is different from visualization. Setting goals is, I want to be rich by next year. That's a goal. Visualization is I sit down and actually feel and think about every detail. Like, what exactly do I mean I want to make money by next year? That means I want to have multiple streams of income. Where are these multiple streams of income going to come from? I'm like, okay, it will come from here and here and here. When I talk about how much money I want to make by next year, what exactly is that amount that I want by next year? You know, like that's the power of visualization. What will I be doing with this money? Will it be enough money just for me? Or do I want money that I can share with my community, maybe my friends and family, and help them out when they need to? So it's just that little detail that adds meat to your goal and helps in manifestation and law of attraction and all of that. So I like to sit down and have a visualization of where I want to go. And with that being done, it brings me to the third and final tip, which is in what ways can you reach your goals like that you visualized. And this ties in with these tips all tie in together. So that ties in with the second tip I said of visualization. In terms of if I visualize my goal in detail, I can begin to know how I need to move to achieve it, you know? Tugenda kutambula anyhow and think you're going to reach, you know, the destination. Google Maps has told you go right. You think you're going left or babichi. No, you need to know exactly where you're headed and how to get there. If Google Maps has told you it's a 21-minute walk, it makes more sense for you to do an 8-minute, you know, cab ride or something like that. You get the point. So I like to think about how I'm going to achieve the goals that I've visualized, or what I want the new part of my life or the new chapter of my life to look like, and what I'm going to do to get there. So it's again going back in detail. What shit do you have to let go of? You know, sometimes we can, for example, if you're moving from being single to a relationship, you know, that's change as well. You need to know that, okay, if you're visualizing your relationship to be fruitful and all these things, you kind of have to sit down with yourself and be like, okay, what shit do I have to let go of? You know, there's some friends where you're gonna have to, you know, set some boundaries with, and there's some places that you probably won't go to Kuchakala from, because when you're there, you forget you're in a relationship. Like, so it's just those little things that help me, or have helped me in terms of different changes and transitions in my life. That's with like moving cities, changes in terms of like adult pains, like losing friends or gaining friends, and changes even in my professional thingy, like professional, what is it called? Luzungu, but that one. So visualization and yeah, all the tips I've said. Now that we've talked about visualization and planning and setting your goals and everything, I can't leave you Gasimawa Deji too, you know. So I got you, if you check out Lifeline Designs, which is a wellness and design company in Uganda that equips us with like tools and techniques to help your planning in order. But best of all, they have the best products for planning. They have an amazing 3-in-1 planner, and all their planners are dateless. So if you fall off your changes and tracking your goals and everything, it's okay. You can still come back to it anytime. So for me, I have the Lifeline Daily Planner, and it has really been helping me. Like, it's one of the first planners that I've used. This has been like 2020, and look at all the space I still have for a new year, you know. So check them out. Don't forget to use your discount code, which is CanWeTalk, and get yourself a discount. And be sure to check out their Instagram as well for a lot of like tools and techniques. And they do have a workshop that's coming up on December the 19th that can equip you even way better than this video did, like, you know. Go get community healing. I think it's going to be a very nice event, so don't miss out on that. And that was it for the video. I hope you really enjoyed it. Be sure to check out all the past episodes of the past season that has just ended, season 1, and look out for all the highlights.